Welcome to Real Estate First Technology, where you'll get the inside scoop from top producing real estate professionals all around the country, best practices, techniques, and learn about what technology they're using to drive to ensure their success in this world we call real estate. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Norman Lloyd Kinsey III here at Real Estate First Technology, and today's a very special day. We have a couple people with us. We have Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
Hey everybody, thanks again.
And thanks for being with us. As we change up our co-hosts from time to time, as you may have seen by watching or listening to our podcast, we also have Rob Ross with us, and he's with Keller Williams, right? Right, Rob?
I am, yes.
Nice, okay. So this is actually the first time I've ever met Rob before. We just got acquainted a little bit, first time ever meeting him, talking to him, seeing him. So I know that you guys are connected, Dan and Rob, you guys are connected, and the reason why even, Rob, you're on the show today is because of Dan, so thank you so much. A little backstory before we get into the questions that we have. How do you guys know each other? How did you guys get connected? I know Keller Williams, I believe it was, or a top-producing team.
Yeah, so we met from a top-producing team, Brett Jennings. Brett was looking for an agent in the Santa Cruz area. Brett was mainly San Jose. And I believe Dan will tell you he was looking for a marketing person and more for that portion. We both joined about the same time and just kind of hit it off as friends and, just kind of leveraged that relationship and known each other ever since.
Wow.
Yeah. We're golf partners. We like to hit the links when I'm in town, for sure.
That's definitely something I need to explore. So we might have to all three get around together sometime.
For sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So currently you're with Keller Williams. What areas do you work, and what prompted you to get into the business, Rob?
Sure. So I work, my real estate sales is in the Santa Cruz County area, and currently for the last 2.5 years, I am managing Keller Williams Silicon Valley, which is all of Silicon Valley and further. We run the office with about 160 agents.
Wow.
I got into the business about 15 years ago. My family's been in the business for over 35 years. They saw an opportunity. I was transitioning between jobs, said, hey, why don't you try this real estate thing? We did a couple flips, and I got hooked.
That's awesome. That's definitely an awesome story. And so how is it, I don't want to go too off script here, but just kind of curious, like running an office with that many agents, how is it? I mean, every day is probably different. I mean, how do you keep it together?
It's a lot of meditation.
I see the miracle morning behind you there.
the miracle morning that you and I discussed before the call here, that's really part of my day, gets me set up so that way when I come into the office, and I come in early before anybody gets here, I'm usually here by about 7. My agents are usually here by about 9. So I can set the tone of the day. And then I spend about 20% of my day recruiting and looking for agents that I want to be a part of our office, and the other 80% working with my staff to retain the agents I have and make sure their businesses are successful. And each day is completely different based on 160 different people and all their different stuff that goes on in their lives, in their real estate lives.
Wow, that's awesome. I think I might have already asked you, but how many years now have you been in the business?
So I've been in the business around 15. I've been a licensed real estate broker for about 13 years.
Wow. That's awesome. So just a little bit of time. Awesome. Well,
a little bit of time.
Questions I wanted to find out. I know, right? A couple of questions I wanted to find out about you. I know, Dan, you have some questions for him as well.
For sure. Just to start, like, how many transactions is the KW Silicon Valley office doing now on an annual basis?
Sure. So we do close to 1,000 transactions a year out of this office. We did about $1 billion in sales volume last year.
Nice.
This year, due to the shift in the market, we're probably looking around $800 million in real estate sales, and then on the transaction side, a little less. But we're pushing along. I have a lot of great teams in here that are regionally ranked, and a lot of great agents that want to grow their business. And that's really been keeping us going.
Awesome. And I know Gary Keller is a big proponent on, technology and providing the right tools to the agents so they can scale their business and be successful. What do you see as your top tool sets right now for technology for KW?
Sure. So the top tool sets when it comes to technology itself is Gary's been talking a lot about, and we've already been rolling it out, as our KW command, which is to compare it with other technologies out there. We call it a CRM, but it's a lot more than that. And I say but intentionally. It keeps the CRM portion, so it keeps track of their database and gives them a drip system so they can follow up with their leads on an automated system. Also, it has an opportunity section so they can actually track all of their business and see how much business they have and see how well they're doing compared to what their goals are for the year. And a lot more in depth than that we've rolled that out into our CRM. The other technology my agents are using with that is our Facebook lead accelerator, which allows my agents to very easily leverage that tool, the Facebook technology, to get leads. And I tried it the other day, and for $15, I got 13 or 14 leads within a week. So that's a portion of what he's rolling out. Outside of the KW command, there's a lot more to it, but outside of that, I believe it was about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, Gary Keller bought a mortgage company. And so that now is a leveraging tool for my agents where they can offer to their clients a zero-cost loan and at a very competitive rate, which allows them that tool to be an advantage over the other agents in the area. The coming out soon will be our consumer app. We have one currently, but this one's going to be on steroids. The functionality will be better and more function and tools inside that consumer app than we've ever seen. We've seen the beta version of it, and it's phenomenal, and we're looking forward to it. I truly feel that people will take Zillow off their phone when they see this.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Zillow,
that's how good it is.
I mean, no hating on Zillow. I mean,
no hating on Zillow, not at all.
Yeah,
no
hating on Zillow, but in terms of UX and IX and user experience, there's definitely some bugs that we see from time to time. And I mean, every app has those issues, but yeah, anything you can bring to the table that could be a better user experience, I think that's what people want. They want, accurate numbers. They want to see the houses and have more transparency, as Norman always says. I think that's
exactly. And they really want to dig down, Dan, into what they're looking for in a house. They want to, the hardwood floors, the granite countertops, the special backyard, location towards, where's the school at compared to where I'm moving into. What restaurants are around that, because maybe I'm newer to the area, especially in Silicon Valley. We have a lot of people transitioning in and they don't know the area that well. And so the consumer experience will be, I can get everything from my cell phone in order to find my home, find the features I want, find out what areas I like, find out how long it takes me to get to work from my home, where the schools are at, all that into that experience and more.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, I think the last question I had on my end is, when you do some selling and you're focusing in on that part of your business, is there a method or a technology that you like to use both, like email marketing or text message marketing? Is there something that really strikes your fancy as, your favorite?
I would say, I'm a little old school in some of that, where the open house is still probably the key component. And I even see that in my office, especially with newer agents and even seasoned agents, where that's the opportunity to get a lot of leads at once, especially if it's done correctly. Mm-hmm. And if you follow the method of the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate book, of a 7th level open house and doing all of these things and prepping before the open house, it allows you the opportunity to get as many buyers as possible to the open house, but at the same time, meet as many people with that. For example, door knocking on a Tuesday before the open house to invite as many people in the neighborhood as possible allows a face-to-face interaction with you and the potential client. Doing a call with circle prospecting with Mojo Dialer around the neighborhood, inviting them, it allows that more, that touch, which I think is missing in our market, which needs to come back, and I believe the consumers will want that. The last part of it which I've learned, is the virtual experience. And what does that mean? So when I go to an open house, I don't bring a bunch of pamphlets with me of the open house itself. It's a different conversation. It's like, Dan, okay, great. Now that you're here and you want more information, why don't I text you that information? I'll get it right from my mobile app and I can put it right on your phone. That way you don't have to carry a bunch of paperwork with you. Oh, that's great, Rob. Well, Dan, what's a good cell phone number for you? Right? I've got your name, I've got your cell phone number, and now I've given you value right off the bat versus every other open house. You could say, you know, are there any other open houses in the area? I'm not really sure. Okay, well, here, let me give you my mobile app. It'll tell you all the open houses. So that's one thing I've changed my business to become much more technology than just me handing you paper. You know, it allows me to relate to the new consumer.
You're saving a lot of trees too.
And I'm saving a lot of trees.
And that's perfect for real estate versus technology, because it's like, how is traditional marketing or traditional ways of real estate and doing businesses, like the old school book with the MLS in it, you know, dropping off your front door, to now like it's on your phone. It's crazy. You know, send you a text message, download this app, and you have everything at your fingertips.
You know, in Norton, I just was thinking about what you just said, that in the old days, which was not that far away, I would advertise in the newspaper, you know, an open house coming up. And that was how I got people there. Now it's, you know, posting it, putting on Zillow, putting on HomeSnap, putting on all the different social media sites, because that's where the consumer is looking to determine where the open house is. And if you don't change your business to where the consumer is looking, you're going to miss out on a whole opportunity. And that's in this technology.
Hence, preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hence the average age of a buyer is 34. So they're on there. That's where they're going. You know,
that's where they're going.
Yeah. So moving along. Awesome. So where do you see yourself? And I love the fact that you're a broker manager. So we've had a lot of, you know, agents on the show and even some top performing teams on the show. But to have someone come from your perspective is awesome. So where do you see yourself in 5 years, and how does that align with Keller Williams and running that brokerage?
You know, I'm actually just looking 3 years out. And the reason why is because this industry is changing so fast. I don't even know what 5 years is going to look like, right?
Yep.
When I say 3 years, is I'm looking at an office that is going to be over 200 agents. It's going to be an office that is one of the top offices in the top 5 in the Silicon Valley. And a part of that is a culture that sticks with the Keller Williams philosophy, which is a culture where everybody helps everybody else to grow. Right? So my top agents are going to help my middle agents. My middle agents are going to help my newer agents. And it's going to create that cohesiveness that people will want to be at this office because of that, what's happening. And we're already starting to see that happen. But it's going to take time, you know, to get there. And that's where I see it. Secondly is technology is going to be a huge factor, right? You know, our KW Command and the way that we market to people is just going to change the industry. And what I think we'll see is a lot of smaller brokerages not able to compete with the bigger brokerages and starting to merge in. And so Gary Keller is already working on that right now, where we're going to offer a package to what we call the indie broker, a very competitive package to allow them to become a part of the Keller Williams family, but also leave a portion of what they're already achieved there, but give them the tools, the CRM, the KW Command, the lending, all that stuff, so they have access to all that. And I see that's where the industry is going to. Is it's just gonna, I don't think swallow up is, but just more of just bring them in.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree, because you can see, and I heard that Gary Keller, as soon as he saw Compass come into the marketplace and start eating up all of these, I mean, APR's gone. I spoke at APR in Pleasanton, California just a month ago, and they're ramping up for 2020. Now it's Compass, and it's just like I see Gary Keller coming in now and really ramping up KW and what you guys are doing, and it's exciting. It's almost like a game watching like.
Yeah, and what's nice is that we're not purchasing agents. We are bringing them in with value and growth and technology. So our picture, our outlook is different, right? You know, we're bringing them in. We're not having to go out and purchase all of these different brokerages. We're like, hey, just become a part of us. And why? So our value proposition is different, and I think it's what the agents really look for. Like, I'm here in my business. Where can you take me to where that next level is? Well, here, come to KW, and we will, between our culture, the people that we have here, we're going to take you to that next level.
Yep. That's awesome. So we're almost done here, wrapping it up. A couple last questions. Yep. What would you tell a new agent, someone just got their license, they're getting in the business? What are some tips? What are some suggestions? What brokerage should they potentially hence go to? So what would you tell that person, he or she?
Sure. And I appreciate that because I do deal with a lot of new agents also. My recommendation is finding a brokerage that obviously has a good training program with proven success. And a part of that training program is the books and the online stuff, but also is a mentor to help get you into where you need to go. Because I think it's got to be someone more than just a coach that's holding you accountable. It's someone that's really got to teach you the business to get you up and running in the first 90 days to 6 months. So I believe a brokerage as a newer agent, that's what I would do. And this comes from when I started. I didn't have any of that. And if I had a KW around me, my business would have been done so much faster and I'd be in a much different place when it comes to sales. If I had the training like a KW has, the technology that KW has, leading edge, and the mentorship to allow me to get to where I need to go very quickly so that when I fall down, there's someone there to pick me up. Right now, those are probably the biggest things that they want. Not to get sidelined by all the different technologies that are out there. Let's just get back to the basics and just get you up and running.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's really, really good advice. To lead up to that, any good books or podcasts you would recommend for them to read or listen to?
Yes. I'm actually listening to it now. Gary Vaynerchuk's The Thank You Economy. Okay. And the reason why I say that, now I admit I've only read the first 4 or 5 chapters. I hear what he's saying where I kind of talked about that. We really need to focus on the consumer experience because that's really what's missing in all of our businesses. And when we can do that, we will be much more successful in our business. And then the other part of that is technology. Social media has to be a part of your business or you're going to miss out.
Yep.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. That's so the experience. I love that. It's a great tip. I'm thinking about it for myself over here for other reasons. Fantastic. So we're coming to the end. This is pretty much the end, actually. So anything you want to leave with the listeners? Oh, the floor's open. Mic's open. What do you want to leave us with?
Sure. I'll leave you with 2 things. I'm always ready for your referrals. And when you come to Santa Cruz County, I've been here for 45 years. I know Santa Cruz like the back of my hand. I'd be glad to help you find a place to buy or sell in that area. Secondly, if you're looking to join a top real estate office in Silicon Valley, come see me. I'm the office manager in the Campbell office. I'd love to show you what Keller Williams has to offer, and I believe that it will blow you away.
Awesome. Contact information, email, phone number, how to get a hold of you.
Yep. My email is rob_ross@kw.com, and my cell phone number is 408-796-1386.
Well, there you have it. You have his contact information. Rob Ross, thank you so much for being on today's show. We really appreciate it. Thanks, Dan, for being our co-host today and being able to connect the dots so we can be able to have our first broker manager actually here on the show. So that was exciting, and I've learned a lot. So I appreciate you. For the listeners out there, be sure to check out our community on Facebook. We have the Real Estate versus Technology community where you can check out behind the scenes what's going on and also be able to join a group and be able to share technology you're using and share with other people. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Until the next one, take care and have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you found value and took something you can apply to your business today. Be sure to join our community on Facebook, Real Estate versus Technology, all spelled out. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. It's Real Estate Tech. And of course, if you or someone else you know would like to be a part of our show, just go ahead and send us an email. It's reversetechtalk@gmail.com, and we'll see you next week.